ministerial statement to Parliament on the amendment of the accreditation agreement between Botswana Examinations Council and Cambridge University Press and Assessment for Botswana General Certificate of Secondary Education Examination. Madam Speaker, the purpose of this parliamentary statement is to brief Parliament on the amendment of the original accreditation agreement between Botswana Examinations Council, BEC, and Cambridge University Press and Assessment, CUPA, for the Botswana General Certificate of Secondary Education, BGCSE examinations. Madam Speaker, as a background, the Botswana Examinations Council is one of the two parastatals under the Ministry of Child Welfare and Basic Education. It is mandated to manage and conduct examinations and assessments in general education, technical vocational education, and training, and to award certificates in respect of the said examinations and assessments. And that is in line with the Botswana Examination Council Amendment Act of 2019. Madam Speaker, in carrying out its mandate, the Botswana Examination Council has embedded in its assessment process quality assurance structures to ensure quality in the delivery of examinations. Further to that, the quality assurance is enhanced by engaging independent entities to provide an additional layer of assurance. The BEC has, for that reason, maintained for a long time a quality assurance partnership with Cambridge University Press and Assessment, CUPA, for its high-stake examination, the BGCSE. In the current form, the partnership is profiled as accreditation with certification. Madam Speaker, the BEC and CUPA partnership dates back to the years when BEC was still a division of the then ministry responsible for general education. The division was known as Examinations, Research and Testing Division, ERTD. The primary reason and main thrust behind the partnership was for CUPA to assist Botswana government to replace the then Cambridge Overseas School Certificate, COSC, by developing a localized qualification that would be recognized internationally and also equivalent to International General Certificate of Secondary Education, IGCSE, and as was recommended in the revised National Policy on Education of 1994. This led to the establishment of the Botswana General Certification of Secondary Education, BGCSE. Further to developing BGCSE, CUPA was to monitor the application of assessment standards across all examination processes on a yearly basis to ensure that the BGCSE qualification maintains international recognition and global competitiveness. Madam Speaker, from 1999 to 2011, the ERTD and later BEC worked in collaboration with CUPA across all examination processes. As from 2012 through to 2025, the relationship between BEC and CUPA developed into a 3-year and lately 2-year contract cycles that were downscaled in scope. This was because the relationship was deemed to have matured from a collaboration to an accreditation agreement. In terms of the accreditation agreement, CUPA's main obligation was to test BEC's compliance with the accreditation requirements, that is best practice, and if satisfied, issue an accreditation. The effect of the accreditation is that CUPA would jointly with BEC issue certificates that are branded with BEC and CUPA logo, as well as confirm that BGCSE was equivalent to international standards as represented by IGCSE, and further provide an equivalency statement on each of the candidates' certificates. Madam Speaker, since inception of the relationship, the Botswana Examinations Council pays an annual fee that is currently around 1,400,000 British pound, an equivalence of 27 million, subject to exchange rate at the point of payment. The main cost driver in this agreement is certifying at individual candidate level. The cost, Madam Speaker, has escalated to a level that is unsustainable for the BEC. Further to that, BEC has matured over time and has now the capacity to conduct some of the examination processes without support from CUPA. It is on the basis of the foregoing that the Council found it prudent to scale down further and gradually withdraw from the accreditation agreement. Madam Speaker, at the BEC boarding sitting of August 2024, the board made a resolution to approve a strategy that BEC would use to gradually withdraw from the CUPA's accreditation with certification contract after the end of the 2024 examination cycle, which was on the 30th of April 2025. The strategy was subsequently approved by Cabinet in October 2025. Madam Speaker, in the meantime, and as part of the strategy, BEC entered a 3-year accreditation without certification contract. This was done to ensure that BEC continues to receive independent quality assurance of the assessment operations for the delivery of credible qualifications. Accreditation without certificate is a scaled down contract which will cost about 562,000 British pound, which is equivalent to about 10 million annually, 10 million pula annually, compared to the previous contract, which was accreditation with certification, which cost 27 million annually. The accreditation without certificate contract will run until the 2027 examination cycle. Madam Speaker, the amendment of the original contract to accreditation without certification means that Cambridge and BEC will no longer, as from 2025 examination series, issue a joint certificate to BGCSE candidates. This implies that the BEC will independently design and issue a new certificate under the authority of BEC. The BEC board, at its sitting of August 2025, approved the new design of the 2025 BGCSE certificate. Madam Speaker, while the downscaled quality assurance contract is running, the BEC has begun the process of identifying a local partner with capacity to assume the role of external quality assurance to the BEC qualifications starting 2028 examination cycle. External quality assurance of assessment processes is critical. It ensures that standards for both the assessment and its associated curriculum do not drift over time. The external quality assurance process will also instill confidence in the stakeholders with respect to the qualifications awarded. Madam Speaker, it is worth noting that over and above the local external quality assurance body, the BEC will participate in the regional quality assurance processes of the Southern Africa Association for Educational Assessment, which is a network of Southern African examination bodies, and it is the process of establishing a quality assurance function to cater for regional examination bodies. Madam Speaker, it is important to note that the decision to withdraw from CUPA accreditation with certification signifies a major shift from the usual outlook of certification and its associated processes as pertains to the BGCSE qualifications. The shift, therefore, warrants a comprehensive communication strategy to effectively communicate the change to stakeholders and other interested parties during the gradual withdrawal from CUPA accreditation process. Communication in this case is intended to allay the fears, perceived or real, that the stakeholders may have. Stakeholders include, but are not limited to, political leadership, education and training providers, learners, parents, suppliers, and entities with interest in BGCSE outcomes. Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Child Welfare and Basic Education has therefore, in conjunction with BECE, embarked on a stakeholder engagement strategy. The stakeholder agreement is expected to facilitate change management process as the BEC withdraws from CUPA accreditation. After briefing this Honorable House, Madam Speaker, Parliamentary Committee on Education will be the next to be briefed and followed by all other stakeholders. Madam Speaker, let me assure this Honorable House that even with reduced support from CUPA, the BEC has the capacity to continue to ensure quality and credible qualifications that are internationally recognized and competitive through robust internal and external quality assurance processes. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Procedure, Madam Speaker.
Procedure, Honorable Hobotswana.
Madam Speaker, Speaker, I go pass on time over. I'm not asking a subu kela kasana ore. What's I live whenever Swara Horonari? Galebo.
Minister.
Ya Honorable Hobotswana. Ke ne ke re gompieko ke ntsha ona molaetsa o supang gore jaanong kgolagano ya Botswana Examination Council le ya Cambridge University Press Assessment e tlile go fetoga go simologa mo di certificating tsa 2025, especially mo BGCSE tsona ditlhatlhobo tse di kgolwane tse re di bitsang tsa ma form 5. Yaanong tshoboko hela ke gore e rile yaka go tlhomiwa lona lekgotla la Botswana Examination Council gore go tle go nne le tsona ditlhatlhobo le tsona certificate se eleng gore se itebagantse le boleng jwa rona re le mo Botswana sa mo gae. Yona Cambridge University Press and Assessment e bidiwang CUPA e ne ya nna ya tseelediwa gore e tswelele ne re totobise gore e tle re maduo a bana ba rona ga a bonwa a santsene a na le boleng ba go itepatepanya le maduo mangwe le mangwe a seemo se lehatshe ka bophara gore se ka re bana ba rona ba tswela ko ntle bo ba hitlhelwa o ka re yaanong seemo sa maduo a bone se ko tlase mme yaanong kana kgang e ra gore bone ba Cambridge University Press and Assessment ke bona ba eleng gore ba moderator ba lebelela gore tlhwatlhwa kana boleng ba ditlhatlhobo tsa rona keng mme go sa helele hela gone mo go kanokeng mo e be re le mo certificating sa bana o bo itlhela gona le letshwao lona la CUPA lona la Cambridge University Press and Assessment le patagantswe le bapisitswe le lona la rona la BEC Botswana Examination Council. Yaanong Botswana Examination Council ya re e godile gompieno e ne ya bolela le yona cabinet ya lo gore e godile mme go mo ga dumalanwa gore yaanong ba tla ntsha gore mo di certificating tsa bana gompieko le tshwao lona la CUPA e be le ntshitswe go sa lela bekehela ke gona ko re yang teng mme ha go ntse yalo ra itse gore go ka tloga ga tsala ka tsaetsego ke sona se re reng yaanong re setse ebile re simolotse go tla ka motlhala strategy wa gore re bolelela yang bana le seabe mo dikganyeng tse ba e leng gore ke baeteledipele ba sepolotiki ba e leng gore ke barutabana le bone bana le batsadi le botlhe hela ba e leng gore ba amega mo go nang le seabe sa go kanoka bona boleng ba certificate se ka gore ra itse re tla re ba senone ba kwala re ntsha certificate boleng ba certificate tse bo tshwanetse gore bo tlhomame gore bana ga ba ya ko dikolong tse di kgolwane bo TVET kana ba tswala le ko ntle ga lehatshe go se ka ga nna le pelaelo epe mme kana le ka lemoga gore re tsamaya yana re sa kgaogana le yona CUPA e ntse re totobisa pharologanyo hela e le gore letshwao la bona le tlabe le simolola go sa nne teng mo certificate mme ke re mme sengwe se neng se go tlile beke gore e change ke gona gore go nna le CUPA e le yona e kanokang boleng jwa exam e be ntsha le letshwao la yona go ne go re turela ka gore ka ngwaga ne go duelwa selekano sa 27 million mme anong ga re ntsha letshwao le la CUPA mme re ntse ba re totobisa go itlhela bo 2027 gore re nne re sutelele re bonwe re thusege ka boleng kana ra totoba go itlhela re kgaogana go raya gore jaanong re tla be re hukuditse ona madi a wa ngwaga a ka boela ko tlase go tswa go 27 million a goroga hela go 10 million ka ngwaga mme ke re ke tlhomamisetse ntlo e tlotlegang e le Batswana ka kakaretso le baithuti le batitšhara le ba ba emegang mo thutong le bona ba ba tla tsang bana ba rona ga ba hetsa BGCSE gore ga go ame boleng jwa thuto ga go ame boleng jwa ditlhatlhobo tsa rona ga go ame boleng jwa setlankana seo ke a leboga motsamaiso dipuisano